In this video, we're going to cover the crazy world of stablecoins, what they are, and why regulators, as well as banks, are kind of freaking out over them. You ready? Let's get into it now. Welcome to Coinpunks, where we cover the top crypto stories and also help you get informed on all things related to digital assets. Okay, so stablecoins are digital currencies which are pegged to other assets such as the US dollar and are primarily used as payment mechanisms. And they're designed to maintain a one-to-one price parity or equivalency with some other asset, commonly precious metals such as gold and fiat currencies, as mentioned earlier. The name of these assets reflects the idea that since they're pegged to fiat currency, it makes them less volatile than assets like Bitcoin or Ethereum. And as you might know by now, these two types of assets can vary wildly in value. Some of the most widely used stablecoins are USDC, Tether, and PAX. Tether, or USDT, has acquired widespread criticism over the past years for its blurry operating structure. Now, even though Tether Limited claims it maintains a one-to-one reserve for all USDT tokens minted to date, it evades having its reserves audited by a third party. Even though Tether functions like any other digital currency, it's really unlike most crypto on the market today. This is because it's backed and controlled by a singular entity, which makes it highly centralized. Oh, and by the way, if you're new to the cryptoverse, the word centralized for Bitcoiners is like the word Bitcoin for banks. Not good. Anyways, there's a whole lot of hoopla regarding Tether, and because of this, I personally won't touch the stuff with a 40-foot pole. Okay, let's move to discuss another notably better option, and that is USDC. This currency is backed by a consortium or group of companies called Centre. The US-based payments company Circle and crypto exchange Coinbase jointly founded Centre back in 2018. As of 2021, USD Coin is the world's second largest stablecoin and is in the list of the top 20 cryptocurrencies. Anyone from anywhere in the world can use USDC as a common and recognizable unit of currency. As for the technical aspects of the token, USDC coin is similar to most other cryptocurrencies in that it uses blockchain technology. More specifically, it's built on top of existing blockchains such as Ethereum and Algorand. And USDC's biggest competitor is Tether, which uses a similar approach and is available on even more crypto networks. But remember what we said about Tether earlier? The advantage of using an existing blockchain platform is that stablecoin developers don't have to reinvent the wheel and create their own network all over again from scratch. The Ethereum platform is already well established and has tons of support from third-party providers such as wallets. Remember what we said about USDC being backed by two of the largest names in the payments and crypto exchange industries, Circle and Coinbase? Well, both are heavily invested in staying on the good side of global regulators. And since USDC's main claim to fame is being transparent, it provides monthly verification of its reserves. USDC is far less controversial, and the doubts over reserves aren't nearly as concerning as Tether's. While this stablecoin definitely has a more legitimate background, don't forget that it's still tied to a commercial operation. And this introduces some risk in comparison to truly decentralized crypto, which can exist even without the complete absence of a central authority. Just to keep things moving, we'll discuss a couple more stablecoins, though perhaps not as mainstream as Tether and USDC. First, let's talk about something called DAI. DAI is among the first decentralized stablecoins and also maintains parity or equivalency with the US dollar. Instead of assets being stored in a bank account, DAI's peg is backed by Ether or ETH tokens. This is accomplished with the help of a smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain, so no central authority is involved. In other words, we are in the DeFi territory, or decentralized finance, the holy grail of the cryptoverse. Okay, just one more coin for you, and that is Paxos. PAX, or Paxos, is yet another centralized stablecoin competing with USDC and USDT. Paxos' main claim to fame is that it was the first regulator-approved stablecoin. It also offers PAXG, which is a stablecoin pegged to the value of gold. Like Tether, the two Paxos tokens also use the Ethereum network for record keeping. Now, you might be asking yourself, why would I use a stablecoin, and which one should I choose? Let's look at some of our use cases now. Okay, let's imagine that we have a friend. Let's say his name is Joe, who's been slowly getting his head around crypto, and he finally splurged on some Bitcoin. Good for you, Joe, but not yet quite getting the fact that Bitcoin is the world's most scarce digital asset. Good old Joe decides he wants to lock in some profits since Bitcoin's currently on a tear. Now, Joe could theoretically send some of his Bitcoin profit from his preferred crypto exchange back to his traditional bank account, but this is going to take a couple of days to settle. This is partly due to the fact that Joe needs to comply with anti-money laundering laws to convert the crypto back into US dollars, the euro, the won, or whatever fiat he might be using. But maybe while Joe's crypto is being converted into cash, he sees another opportunity in crypto and he wants to get in on it. You see what the problem is? He's not going to have enough time to convert the cash back into crypto. So rather than jumping through this whole complex process of transferring cash back to his crypto exchange, he could simply exit his Bitcoin trade on his preferred crypto exchange into a dollar-pegged stablecoin. Consequently, his funds would be available to go into another investment right away. If Joe is trying to do some super quick trading, he might prefer to do this instead of moving back and forth between the traditional banking system and crypto. Another use case Joe might consider is to convert his eroding dollars into a stablecoin to earn some tasty compound interest. Let's imagine Joe is working really hard at his job, and as a result, he earned a big, fat, juicy bonus. And being the pragmatic investor he is, Joe realizes that if he parks his bonus in a traditional bank account, he's going to get nothing from his bank. He then parks his bonus money, now in stablecoins, with a crypto bank, where he can earn at least 5 to 8% in compound interest. Yep, you heard that right, up to 8%. Not too many traditional banks are going to be able to compete with that kind of interest rate. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, these stablecoins sound like something that might pique the interest of government regulators. And you would be right. This has been a hot topic for the SEC, or Securities and Exchange Commission, for quite some time in the States, and the jury's still out. One of the problems is how stablecoins are defined by government regulators. For the SEC, they are currently observed as a commodity as well as a security, which is kind of confusing. To refresh your memory, a commodity is a basic good used that is interchangeable with other goods of the same type, such as grain or gold or oil. A security, on the other hand, is a tradable financial asset, such as stocks and bonds. You might be wondering why the SEC and other regulators think they would need to get involved in the world of stablecoins. This is simply due to the fact that stablecoins are booming and are gaining more popularity every year. Okay, hopefully this helped you to get a better understanding of stablecoins and how they can be used. If there's anything we missed, please let us know in the comments, and also drop suggestions for what you'd like coverage on in the future. If you like today's show, it'd be great if you gave it a like and subscribe by tapping that sub button. And if you're on the go, you can get the same content in our podcast at www.coinpunks.ca. Hey, thanks for tuning in, and catch you in the next one.